Hi, everybody. Welcome to the next round of our GT3 series taking place at Road America. So, usual stuff is all going to apply. I want to remind people, especially around here, no proper runoff, apart from a couple of corners, of course, but we're all grass and barriers around here, nice and narrow, which is fun for racing, but we've got to make sure we're respectful of the rules in terms of you always need to leave space for somebody on exit and on entry if they're alongside to any extent. So want to make sure people are reminded of that to make sure they're leaving the right amount of space for people around narrow corners. Also want to just issue a reminder about radio messages. That's come up a couple of times. So we're taking a harsher stance on that. So your radio can only be used for the very necessary purposes of telling people who are coming into the pit lane and also to inform the stewards of anything that they might need to take a look at. That means if you use your radio to slander another driver or any language that's of course not appropriate to be broadcasted, normally radios aren't broadcasted, but for that sort of situation, obviously things need to be kept polite. If an issue does come up on track, make sure you don't bring that up on the radio channels. That needs to be taken to a support ticket or an incident report. Obviously, that's going to depend on the type of incident that is. So just want that to be reminded to people it has come up. So we will be starting to issue harsher penalties for that if it becomes more of an issue. So just a reminder to people. Track rules for this track. We're running it's obviously narrow, as I just stated. So that means in qualifying, unlike usual on the tracks that we've been running on, the general rule is that you're not allowed to go unnecessarily slow on any part of the track. Well, that basically means any cornering parts of the track. Obviously, there's some bits where it is going to be very difficult for you to follow through there. So or to even go side by side. So my suggestion is if you want to build a gap, if you want to space yourself out or line yourself up for a tow with another driver, that needs to be done on the straight between turn 3 and turn 4, or the straight between turn 11 and turn 12, but that needs to be done in an appropriate way, not getting in the way of any other drivers. So all of that needs to be done properly. Slow cars can't overtake after turn 12. That means if you're passing another driver, when you're both on outlaps, your position is essentially final after turn 12. I don't want any jockeying for position after that because it's a difficult, tight section of the track after that that's high speed, and we can't have people pulling out to try and get past cars if there's fast cars coming by. So, not expecting that to be an issue. Qualifying, I do think, could be an issue today, more so than other days. So it's something that the stewards are on the lookout for. We might not see everything live in session because of the software that we use. It shows up if there is an incident, not if somebody blocks you. It's very hard for us to see that. Obviously, we have camera angles that are sort of helping us see that kind of thing, but it is difficult. So that's the advantage of us having that 10-minute warm up between qualifying and the race. It means you can report something to us and we can take a look at it as quickly as possible. So the other things I wanted to remind people of, especially this is the sort of special stuff that's just come up over the last week that I just wanted to make sure we're going to go through. So anybody that is not in a blue flagged position is well within their rights to fight for position, whether that means you're out of position due to pit stop cycles. But of course, I want people to be aware, you will lose some time yourself. So you've got to think about the loss and the gain that you're going to get from that. But if you're worried about being held up in traffic, but it's not blue flags when you're in the lead and you pitted to undercut, then that is obviously part of the risk that you accept by trying to undercut another driver. You need to make sure that you're aware that you might get held up in traffic, and those other drivers have no obligation to get out of the way for you. Obviously, in some situations they will, just because it's better for them to get out of the way. They don't want to risk getting involved or anything like that. But obviously, sometimes they are well within their rights to hold that track position. So, just want people to be aware if you are trying to undercut, there is that risk you'll come out in traffic. Especially, I think last time we were very on the limit of the two stops. We only had, I think there was about 5 minutes left till the end of the race. Was the last time that somebody pit. So just want to remind people there are people out there fuel saving, so those pit stops are as short as possible, which means they'll be going a lot longer. And they've been saving. They do not want to lose a bunch of time that they're going to gain in that pit stop by letting you by. So just be aware of that. I know obviously it's frustrating if you're a quicker car and you come out behind somebody that's slower. But you just need to make sure that everything is being dealt with appropriately. And obviously that is the risk of trying to undercut somebody that you'll come out in traffic. We see that all the time in a lot of real racing as well. So obviously it's going to be an issue here. Just like to make one point about we saw some discussions taking place on the Discord afterwards that some of the things that were said there from all parties involved were not acceptable. And if you have any issues with another driver's conduct, both on the track or off the track, that needs to be brought to a support ticket. That is what we ended up with last week. So obviously it didn't end up being too big an issue. It was all dealt with behind the scenes, but that's something we'd like to see brought to us. Another thing that came to my attention, I think not everybody was aware with, I think that's something to do with copying and pasting and ads not being carried along in Discord, is that if you go to the top of a Discord channel in the information section, you'll be able to see all of the outcomes of any tickets that have basically been brought to us. If something is a racing incident, or it's not always brought up there, if it's not, if it's just asked for us to look at it, if someone asks for it to be published as a racing incident, then of course we would. But you can see any penalties that are being published up there, so you can use that one to judge your own actions and see what might be appropriate, but also just to inform yourself on the outcomes of incidents for other drivers that may have affected your finishing position, and also just may affect the way you want to drive going forward. So yeah, so just make sure any problems with other drivers come to instant report tickets. And then the other thing was this happened a couple times with a few different drivers over the last week or so. We've seen people trying to build, or teammates especially, obviously it's a GT3 series. So that is, we are going to have people looking for tows, and there are a lot of teams out there. So just want to remind people, if you are looking for a tow, then don't not to stop on the pit lane exit. Obviously, people are going slow there, so it's sometimes hard to tell the difference between yourself and a stopped car when there's fast cars coming by. So just want to remind people, if you are trying to line up a tow with a teammate or anyone else, of course, don't not to stop on the pit lane exit. If you do want to slow down to try and find that gap with your teammate, then that needs to be done in one of the sections that I said that could be done, which is obviously the second straight or the back straight on the run down to Canada corner. So that's it from me today. If anybody has any questions, as usual, feel free to drop them in the Discord channel, and I'll try and answer them through a response in that channel. So big thanks to everybody there, and I'll hand you over to our commentary team for the start of qualifying in 8 minutes' time.
Good evening and welcome to the Anti-Stall Racing GT3 Round 6 from Road America. I am James Parfitt and shortly I will be joined in the box by Kevin Wesley Burke, and we will be guiding you through all the action this evening from this absolutely epic circuit, guys. I cannot wait for tonight's race. It's broadcast live on the Anti-Stall Racing YouTube channel using iRacing, the world's premier simulator. So tonight it is Road America, and tonight it is round 6. It has been absolutely amazing season so far, and with 18 drivers in, it's not gonna be a disappointment to you. So welcome in chat, Sugar Rush, much appreciated. Michael Bauer, the Paul Taylor Experience, welcome in as well. Now, as you can see, the current track length is 6.41 kilometers in length at the moment. And it's been going to be a nice straightforward race this evening, guys. We've only got about 14 turns and not a lot of them have got names. So it should be nice and easy for us to be able to bring you where they are on track. So let's bring Kev into the booth. Kev, welcome in.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. This is one of my favourite tracks. I really do love it. Wow, what can I say about this track? And I'm looking forward to this race. Last week was some seriously good racing, and we're going to see where it goes this week. And once again, Baker, come on, do it for me.
Yeah, you and your favourite man, Paul Taylor, have been having this backwards and forwards. Paul literally said last week, I'm sorry for letting you down, Kev. That's what he put on the end of the YouTube channel, I think it was, on the last comment. You know, at the end of the day, it's been one of them seasons, isn't it? You know what I mean? It was such a tricky track last week, so, you know, it's fully understandable. But we've got into qualifying, guys. We do have 30 minutes of qualifying, okay? So we will be here for 30 minutes, bringing you all the action from this qualifying session. Don't forget, if you are in the race, in the YouTube chat tonight, don't forget, give it a thumbs up, hit that like button, turn on the bells for all the notifications when we go live, and don't forget as well, you gotta subscribe, guys. Make sure you subscribe to the channel this evening. Okay, Kev, tell us about Road America. What, you know, it's a fast-flowing track. We've got a few tricky, you know, corners. Carousel was one of them, turn 9 to 10. But generally, what are we expecting from this race to this evening?
I'm expecting it to be really quick. It is a very quick track. It's just a couple of good overtaking points as well. Yeah, it should be very, very interesting indeed, with how the Volcano, Izzo, and I've forgotten the other guy's name, who them two have been battling for so long in the last two races I've seen. So I want to see where it goes with these three now. But yeah, there's some good corners, some tricky corners, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a tough one. We've got obviously Izzo and Claessens has been involved in the front ones as well. There's no Volcano this evening current in qualifying, so I don't think Gitano Volcano is not here currently. So we'll have to keep an eye on that one and see. But we do have obviously his teammate of Massimo Berti. Alessio Di Stefano is here as well, and of course our little fan favourite Justin Claessens, and Kev's favourite is Paul Taylor. There he is in his pink BMW. Kev doing his thing on track. We're just waiting for the first times to come through. Should be expecting them to come through very shortly. Now, you know, give us a rundown, Kev. Where on this track are we going to think overtakes should generally happen? Where are we going to be looking at that on this circuit?
I would be looking for overtakes on the pit straight, after corner 3, and maybe down the kink, after the kink, maybe 11A, 11B. There should be some good overtaking there, but you never know on this track. You can do some overtaking wherever you want, depends on how confident you are. So yeah, but them 3 spots.
Yeah, I think, to be honest, you're probably not far from it. I would look down into turn 1. Obviously, pretty much a long drafting zone, so I would look down into turn 1. maybe down the Marine sweep from 3 to 5, depending on your run out of 3. I would probably suggest that that's probably where it should happen as well.
Yeah.
Now, as I say, I think depending on how confident you are and depending on how the other cars' exit has been out of 6 and 7, maybe on the blast up to 8 before you go into the carousel. But again, that's kind of got to be facilitated by both drivers. But as you said as well, around the kink, around 11A, 11B, you know what I mean? I think they're going to be the main spots. Now, guys, don't forget, we have got only a short few of corner names this evening, okay? So, we got the Marine Sweep, long straight down from turn 3 to turn 5. We got Hurry Downs, which is turn 7. Carousel, which is 9 and 10. The Kink, which is 11. Canada Corner, which is 12. Now, they're the only names we've got this evening. The rest of them are numbers. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, not even 11, 11A, 11B, 13, 13A, and 14. So they're the ones that we've got this evening. So hopefully we'll be able to bring you all the action from this circuit. And hopefully we should see some epic racing. Now, we saw some epic racing last week, Kev, didn't we? And it was absolutely incredible.
Yeah, good racing, solid. The first couple of laps, boy, everybody was on track, and then it started to get very interesting. A couple of people went off, but yeah, it was good. Classens, Izzo, Volcano, they seem to be putting in the work, and you've already explained about Classens already. He seems to be coming into his own, so we're going to see if he can put in that work again tonight.
Yeah, I think with Izzo finishing in first, Classens in second, Volcano in third, they've generally been the main protagonists of this series. We've had Awata, but Awata's not here, unfortunately. And Neva is Volcano. So really, in hindsight, we should be looking at an Izzo Classens battle. Now that I cannot wait for. Of course, we've got Izzo in, he's in the Porsche, Classens is in the Lambo. So, you know, we don't want to write anybody out, but obviously, you know, Hockenheim Ring and obviously the previous rounds, those at Spa, Volcano, Classens and Izzo have been the main protagonists, Kev. You know, let's look at it in a realistic point of view. Do you know what I mean? They have been the main protagonists, and obviously Volcano's not here. So, you know, can we say Classens and Izzo, or are we saying Classens, maybe Izzo? But if anything happens, you know, the opportunity is there for somebody else to grab the spotlight.
Yeah. As I'm just watching now, Izzo just put up a nice time, 2:03, but then just been picked. So yeah, I agree with you there. Classens and Izzo, I'm wanting to see a good battle between them two. But you just never know. Sometimes this track can be tricky, and somebody could be really good on this track and surprise us. So, you know what I mean? We'll just have to wait. But maybe my guy Paul Taylor might show something tonight. Maybe he might be the one who pushes through, and he's pushing Classens and Izzo right to the edge. So keep my fingers crossed there. And a few other names I'm looking at now. Yeah, so there's some good racing to be had here.
Yeah, I think I was just looking back. I couldn't remember exactly what Paul Taylor put in the YouTube chat in the comment section of the last video. Now I've just found it. He put in there. He put, "I'm sorry, Kev. I tried my best for you, pal." Do you know what I mean? So that then leads us nicely into where's your money going this week? Where is your dollars going? If you were in a bookies and you were standing there staring at this field, where's your money going this week? Who are you putting it down to take the win?
Ooh, well, I'm not a gambling man, but I'm gonna go with Classens.
Classens.
I'm definitely gonna go with Classens. I'm gonna pick him tonight, and I'm gonna go with Izzo in second. I'm gonna put my guy Taylor round about between 5th and 6th. You know what I mean? So we're gonna see what happens there. But he might shock me now. Paul might shock me. You never know.
Okay. So you've taken Classens, Izzo, and Taylor, which you know, you're not leaving me a lot of choices now, Kev, are you? You know what I mean? How am I going to be anything different? Because you're not leaving me them options, mate. You're kind of still in the spotlight. Hold on a minute here. You know, if we're going to pick the firm three, at least give me the opportunity. Leave me with one of them. Right. So okay. Okay, so we just see Pletil put the time of 2:02.77. He's the first one that's broken the 2:02s. Okay?
Yeah.
But I reckon that Marcus Schum is going to be in with a shout. Okay?
Right.
Izzo and Claessens. Now, I'm not quite sure which order that will be in. Okay? Because obviously, you know, we never know. Let's be realistic about it. You know, we try to be optimistic. But let's be a realist. I can't really know which order, but I'm going to go Schum, Izzo, Claessens this evening, and let's see how I turn out. Obviously, you know, I could be completely wrong, which is a possibility. But that's where I'm going tonight for my money. So if you are in chat, let us know who you think. Can't be there to steward today, but. Thank you doesn't mean I'm missing a stream. Good. Welcome in, George. Thank you very much for joining us. So that's going to be my three. Now let's see who comes out on top. Now we have got Pleto on a 2:02.77, Schum on a 2:03, and Izzo. So there you go. Claessen's currently on a 2:03.468. Not a mile off the money, is he?
No, definitely not a mile off at all. You can just see what were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them on 2:03s. So yeah, there's going to be some good racing here. Definitely going to be some good racing. But what you say, Pleto with the 2:02, he's looking good. He's looking good.
Yeah, I think Pleto could do it as well. I think on a 2:02.77, I think he's got the thing to go and you know, smash it out tonight. I think Pleto been a little bit unlucky, caught up in some things that he whether or not he should be, whether or not he you know, is a different story in it. At the end of the day, this is racing. You know, they can't always avoid incidents. You can't always, you know, try to miss them. But unfortunately, sometimes Pleto unfortunately got himself in the mix, and that put him in bad positions for the race. But at the end of the day, we are here. It is a fresh start. We are round 6. We are Road America. You know, let's hope and see what these guys can do. I'm really looking forward to this. I'm another one. I'm a fan of Road America. You know, I've been around there a few times in the P217, Kev. And let me tell you, ESS, an hour at Road America, GT cars, LMP1s and LMP2s is not the most easiest thing to accomplish.
I could imagine. I've actually not driven it in LMP2. I've tried LMP1, but not for me. LMP2, yeah, I do like. But GT3s on this track, different level from my perspective. I love it in the GT3s. What I would like to say though is Sebastian Van Den. Last week his racing, I was enjoying his little battle. So I want to see how he gets on this weekend with his racing as well.
Yeah, I think that's going to be an interesting one as well, because Van Den did get in the mix, didn't he? And literally was involved in a lot of the action. Obviously, you know, we've heard in the driver briefing, you know, there was ups and downs about the racing between Van Den, I think it was Volcano and stuff like that. You know, at the end of the day, it was all just cleared up in the driver briefing. Drivers haven't got to move out the way if the guy coming out of the pits is behind them, because it's not racing otherwise. Do you know what I mean? You know, at the end of the day, you're racing the person in front. It's not like, you know, Mick Schumacher pulls out the way for Lewis Hamilton if at the end of the day Hamilton's quicker, if Hamilton's been in the pits. Hamilton's got to make the pass, right? So that's the situation. I think that's what was cleared up in the driver briefing, basically, about the fact that drivers now, regardless of where you are, if you are racing position, there is no obligation to move over. Which sounds fair to me, Kev. I don't know about you.
Yeah, it definitely sounds fair to me, without a doubt.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to move out of the way. You know what I mean?
I was racing today myself, and there was a guy behind me flashing me, but I'm quicker than him, and he was flashing me. Why would I want to move over? I'm quicker than you. So you shouldn't have to move out of the way for anybody. Keep your pace and just push as hard as you can. And this is one of them tracks where you can push as hard as you can. So yeah, some good racing gonna go on tonight. Yeah,
it's quite a forgiving track. You know, it's not as quite as spacious as last week, right? You know, we were at the Hockenheim ring last week. There was loads of room. You know what I mean? There isn't that room here. You know, it is a kind of a different entity again to the Hockenheim ring, but at the same time, there is space, isn't there? They can make the passes clean if they need to.
Yeah, there is space, but this track for me, when I'm racing on it, I'm one of them ones when I'm racing on this particular track, I'm up somebody's ass and I pressure them to the maximum. They have to give me that space or they end up going to come off. I make sure I don't hit them, but, oh, there's my guy gone off.
Paul Taylor, just
Oof.
gone off there. Let's have a look at that. Now, obviously, we've just seen that warning flash up there. That was for Diego Duarte, who has been told about infringing on somebody else's lap. So let's have a look at the Paul Taylor off. Oh, just hits that outside curb, didn't he?
Yeah, I don't know. It took too much curb, but then probably slammed on the throttle a little bit too early while he took the curb.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, you're going to have to be careful. You know, these curbs are curbs, aren't they? At the end of the day, you know, they've got to be sensible. You know, let's be real, guys. We are racing, but be sensible. Curbs are curbs. You can't just hit it. You've either got to take it or you've got to leave it alone. You can't half it. If you half it, you end up, unfortunately, like Paul Taylor did. So as we say, guys, don't forget as well, if you are here, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, and turn on them bells for all the notifications of when Anti-Stall Racing goes live. And what a week of racing they've got coming up for you. So in the F3s and F4s on Tuesday, I believe that is, we are live from Imola. Now, what I did actually forget reading back on my little schedule is the F1 series is also live, round 6 from Imola on Monday. Okay, so you got Anti-Stall Racing F1 Series Monday, Anti-Stall Racing F3 and F4 on Tuesday, so don't forget for that. Now, one of the interesting things that I'm going to look forward to, and it's going to be absolutely epic, is next week, Kev, we're at the Red Bull Ring in the GT3 series. That's going to be amazing.
It's a nice track. It's a nice track.
Yeah,
only last season I was starting to get used to it. So I want to do some more racing on that myself, because I really do like the track. With some good, quick corners as well.
Yeah, and
what do you think about that track yourself?
You've literally only got about 7 corners, if I'm not mistaken. Turn 1, turn 3. There is a turn 2 in the middle, but I'm really not going to include a kink that just goes left. I'm not having that. That's not a corner. And then obviously down in the Slosh Goal we go, and then round Rin and Worth on the in section. Round Red Bull Mobile, the last corner, and then second to last corner, and then we got the last corner. That's pretty much it. It's kind of like a few corners, a few blast straights, and away you go.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So there you go. That is the Red Bull Mobile, the Red Bull Ring next week. Now, 2 seconds. I have just been told that I just need to turn some things up. So I am going to turn some stuff up. I hope you can all hear me okay. Now, if there are any issues, let me know, and I will adjust them as we go. We've got no producer tonight, so I'm here on producing and commentating duties with the mighty Kevin Wesley-Brown. And yeah, we'll see how we get on. It should be fun. Do you know what I mean? It's going to be one of them races. I think there's going to be action all over the place. We will have to be careful. We will have to have a look, and we will have a look at some replays as well. Now, don't forget, guys, as well, 2 stops. The guys have got to start. They've got to, Kev, make 2 stops tonight. It's a long pit lane.
Yeah, it's very long pit lane. This season has been a 2-stop all the way. So, yeah, I don't know with the 2-stop. I've pitted on this track before, and I've never done a 2-stop, so gonna have to see how it works. Whether you go in early, whether you come in late, whether you try and fuel save and then come in. Yeah, a bit of a tricky one. Like I said, I've pitted once. I've not done a 2-stopper on this before, so yeah, we'll see how it happens on this one.
Yeah, so generally, guys, the pit stops are about between 20 and 30 minutes in, and then between 15 and 10 minutes remaining. That's that's when you're that's when the pit stops are going to be in. So just be aware that the last 10-15 minutes of the race are going to be a bit manic, because that's when they take the second stop. You know what I mean, Kev? They take the second stop. It's going to be chaotic, isn't it? Let's be real about it. But, you know, hey, look, enough of us waffling. Let's give you the last rundown. So we've got about 10 minutes remaining. So we've got Pleto in first, Izzo in second, Schum in third, Ferrone there in fourth, Sainton in fifth. There's a little secret assassin that we've never talked about this evening, Thomas Sainton. Miguel Cadera in sixth, Van Dan in seventh, Berta in eighth, Fonseca in ninth, Kev Klassen's down in 10th.
Yeah, I'm looking. But
he's got some
even
work
though
to
he's
do.
down in 10th, he puts in the work in the race, so I'm not too worried about that just yet.
Oh, you reckon?
Yeah, definitely. I really believe that from the last 2 races, he puts in the work, so he'll gain some positions. But as you can see, looking down in 10th, he's a tall hauler. There's some quick guys in front of him.
Yeah, definitely.
Berta, I've been watching Berta. He can defend really good, so and then Fonseca, I've watched him race, and he can defend good, so can he get past them? But he might still set a good time.
Well, hopefully, guys, let's see as well. I think we're going to be seeing any fuel saving strategies to go for the one stop. One stop on the percentage of fuel that they've got, I believe it's at 45%. I can't see, now don't get me wrong, that working. That will be one heck of a fuel saving strategy if you can get it down to one stop, don't we think? Kev, that's a tall order.
Well, I was going to ask, could you do it in a one stop? But
45% fuel?
5. Like you're going to have to do some serious fuel saving then.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Kev, like literally, as we speak to Kevin Stam in chat, welcome in, thank you very much. We will keep an eye, but that's going to be a mission. I think that will be a mission for anyone to achieve, and if they do, props. That's all I'm going to say. From me here is, well, that would be absolutely amazing. Now we have come into the last 9 minutes currently, just under 9 minutes remaining, or I could just say just over 8.5, depending on which way you want to work. So that gives me time to turn around and say, don't forget guys, if you are here, subscribe, like, and turn on the bells, because you don't want to miss all the action next week that's coming up from Imola and from the Red Bull Ring, okay? Because it really, your week won't start well if you miss them 2 races. Don't forget. Okay, Imola, Monday, Tuesday, Red Bull Ring next Friday. So don't forget that as well, because it will be an absolute epic evening of racing. So make sure there, guys, as well. Subscribe, turn on the bells, hit the thumbs up. Let's go. Let's get it up there, guys. Get some love for the video as well. So if you are watching it back, let us know what you thought, guys, as well. Let us know who would be your top pick if you had to, as we see Klassen's there just flashing Van Den. I do love that skin, I've got to be honest. A bit of Lightning McQueen. Never does anyone any harm. And then Klassen's there all in black, trying to improve his position, currently in 10th place. He's got to go to work, isn't he? Kev, he's got to go to work, isn't he? There's nothing else.
Yeah.
He's got practically over 7.5 minutes. This boy has got to put the hours in. He's got to put the work in.
Got to get a push on. He's got to get a push on without a doubt.
Yeah,
Can only see one of his sectors where he's in the green, the rest are in yellow. So if he can get a push on and get further up that field, it would be nice.
Oh, he's just jumped to 5th.
He just jumped up to 5th.
5th place.
He jumped up. Told you.
Yeah, but he's still only in the 203s. He's got to break that 202 barrier to move further up there. Justin Klassen's just talking about him putting the work in, and there he goes. Absolutely putting the work in and whacks it up 5th place. Absolutely incredible from Klassen's there. Looking forward to trying to defend my just obtained P1 in the F4 Championship on Imola. Go on, Kevin Stam. Look at you there. Bigging it up. That's your trumpet player for yourself, Kev. I'm sorry, I had to do that for you, mate. I could get my real trumpet out, but I think the missus might kill me if I'm sitting here blowing a trumpet. So there you go, Kev. That was my made-up trumpet for Kevin Stam in YouTube there, who's just taken his P1 in the F4 Championship. Go on, son. Look forward to watching you then on Tuesday, putting the work in at Imola there as well. So we've got Klassen's in the pits at the moment. Your man Paul Taylor's down in 13th, Kev. It's going to be a tall order, 203.77, and he's got to basically advance about 6 tenths to put it on up into the top 5. What do we reckon?
Come on. I don't know, but I'm not worried.
You're not worried?
This track, he might just be having a bad, qualifying, but in the race, I believe he can put in that work and get the positions he needs.
Okay.
He should be able to bully out some people with that with that tanker. I was unfortunate today racing, and the Beamer bullied me off track, and them Beamers don't play no games when you upside them and they give you a little nudge and you get the damage and they carry on driving. So maybe he can bully a few spots.
Yeah, there you go. Paul Taylor's on it. Kevin Stam in chat. Clipped, and I'll take that to the grave. No worries, mate. I'm glad. I'm glad that Kevin Stam I can be of service for you this evening as well. So we've got 5 minutes remaining of qualifying, guys. As I say, if you have just joined us, as the title says, it's round 6, Road America of the Anti-Stall Racing League. Now, if you're wondering why, guys, we haven't shown you the championship, that will be all updated on the website. We literally had some last-minute techie issues, and I've had to jump in and we've had to get everything set up. So you're just gonna have to bear with us, guys. And I'm sorry, but we short-lived information that got to us. And unfortunately, I'm trying to jump in and deal with it. So unfortunately, we haven't got the standards currently at the moment. But I can, in my wisdom, read them off the website. So there you go. So look at that. So currently, you got Alessandro Izzo in first place on 279. Volcano in second on 272. Platil in third on 196. Classens in fourth on 191. Paul Taylor there, man. Your boy's in 5th place in the championship on 178. Marcus Schum is on 165. Sainton is on 165. Berta is on 154. Elias Stromer is on 150. And Akira Owato, who's missed a couple of rounds, is on 138. So that rounds out your top 10. I'll give you the top 10 for now. Don't want to spoil you too much and give you everyone. We'll do that a bit later. But for now, that's the top 10, guys, as well. So welcome in. If you are here, as I say, subscribe. Bells, thumbs. That's it. Plug over with this evening. Maybe I might do a little bit more during the race as we've got an hour long to fill. Last 3 minutes. The guys, I'm a little bit worried for certain people, and I've got to be a little bit worried for Paul Taylor. He's kind of in that midfield 10 to 15 that can be quite chaotic on lap 1. I'm also a little bit concerned for Van Den. He's in that 9th section, Kev. So, these guys that you wouldn't normally expect, especially Stromer as well. Stromer's at the back of the field. He's just on an out lap now, so let me pick him up. He's one guy that's really got to go to town. You know what I mean? He's got to get that wheel and give it some welly there, Kev.
Yeah, unusual for him to be so far back, but maybe he was just waiting to see the quick guys go out, and then he's going to start setting his laps. But yeah, so far back, Kevin's last.
He's last, yeah. He's the last, yeah. Elias Stromer there is last currently. So Stromer's going to have to put the work in. He did go off track, so while he's on an out lap, let's have a look at his his little adventure off track. Oh, there he goes. And
looks like he took the curb there as well.
Yeah, took the curb and into the barrier. He went, unfortunately, if that cut out in the middle, I do apologise, it cut out for me as well. Not quite sure what happened there. But generally, he went right after the last corner, clipped the curb, hit the throttle, and unfortunately ended up in the barrier. So that's never good for Elias Stromer. He is on his out lap. We will follow him through his lap and see how he gets on as we jump on board with him in the Lambo. Now, these cars, Kev, the Lambo is not really everyone's choice of car, is it?
No, I've tried it a few times and not to my liking. That's why I do stick to the Audi.
Is that set up or is that car, do you reckon?
For me, not set up. I feel it's the car. It doesn't feel right to me. The Beamer, I've driven the Beamer, and it feels nice to drive, but I feel like it feels slow. when you're driving it. But like I said, I stick to the Audi, and I'm happy with the Audi. But I do like trying the other ones. But I do like the Bosch RSR. So I wonder what that would be like on this track.
Yeah, well, it's at the hands of Pleto. It's in pole position. In second place is Izzo. But as we can see now, we're on board with Stromer. We are going down. Moraine sweep. Here we go. All the way down. We're going to take the little kick. We're going to look for the braking zone at the end of the curb. He broke a little bit earlier than I thought he would have been. Oh,
And he's off.
Stromer now.
Oh. But where he braked, I brake a little bit more earlier than that as well.
Do you? See, yeah. I'm normally, if I'm in a GT3, I'm normally at the end of the curb on the right-hand side.
Right.
But Stromer there, unfortunately, just goes round down into turn 5. I'm normally a little bit more firmer on the brakes at the end of the curb and changing as I'm braking to try and get it down into second to take that corner. Now, obviously, you know, didn't quite work out there for him. Mid-engine cars feel the best. Lambo and Ferrari, says Gerard in chat. What do you think about that, Kev?
Well, everybody, each to the own. I've rocked it with the Audi on here and got a couple of wins. And I've always been up in the top 5. So.
Oh, well, there you go. That's it. Sorry, Gerard, your information's incorrect. I've got a winning driver in the booth this evening. So, you know, hey, if Kev's won in it, Gerard, I can't say that that's correct.
So just a question. So you're saying you brake at the curb?
Just a little bit. Literally, I probably would say about barely a centimetre before that curb to get that car
I'm going to have to try that out. Obviously,
Kev, don't tickle the brake pedal.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to press it, my dear.
Firm.
Yeah, firm but strong. And as you brake the first time, get out of that gear straight away. So as you brake, change down. Now, don't get me wrong, Kev, my IR is shocking. I'm like 1600. So, you know, I really, in conjunction, what's your IR?
Mine's
mine's
gone down. I don't even know. Mine's about 13. I've gone from 17 to 13 in the last.
Right, there you go. I don't feel so bad
week.
now. So there you go, Kev. I'm better than you. My IR's higher.
I'm having a torrid time.
Let's have another trumpet blow for my IR. Anyway, seriously, stop it. We're here for serious racing this evening, and this is what we're going to bring you on the Anti-Stall Racing League, along with a commentator who keeps playing trumpet noises. We all know the Ford is the GOAT. Yeah, we haven't got any Fords. No Austin William Campbell or Joel Amos here this week. That's a bit of a shame.
Oh, what a shame.
I know, no Fords this week. We're just waiting for Van Den to finish his lap, and then I will quickly whiz you up the grid as soon as it is available. As soon as it comes up, I will whiz you it up. So let's wait for the results to come in. Oh, dear. I'm surprised that the organiser of Anti-Stall will be like, James, stop playing your trumpet. Okay? Stop blowing the trumpet. Oh dear, never mind. It's all a little bit exciting. Makes us all laugh this evening. So what more could you ask for? Welcome in if you are here, guys. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. Now we are just waiting for the results to come in. I don't know why, Kev. I've made myself laugh, and that's never good. Never good.
Laughter's good for the soul.
Mate, that's what they say. That's what they say, don't they? Probably not when you're laughing at your own jokes. You know, hey-ho. Oh, dear. Right, we sit here patiently waiting, staring at Barney the flag bearer, the strongest right arm in iRacing, never gives up, never stops waving, and literally is there going full bore on the start-finish straight, waving that checkered flag to absolutely no one. Right, here is the qualifying results, and we will show you them right about now. There you go. Pletil is in first place. Izzo is in second. Marcus Schum in third. Thomas Sainton in fourth. Marco Ferrone in fifth. Justin Classens in sixth. Miguel Cudero in seventh. Massimo Berta in eighth. Sebastian Van Den is in ninth. 10th place is Jose Fonseca. 11th is Jorge Gomez. 12th, Paul Taylor is down in 12th. Not good for him. Alicio Di Stefano in 13th. Diego Duarte in 14th. Marco Pinto in 15th. Gisecki in 16th. Hugo Pereira in 17th. Edward Farber in 18th. And Stromer is down, rounds out the bottom of the grid, Kev, and is currently in 19th place. Now, I'm not one to say that is a driver out of position, but that is definitely a driver out of position, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Way out of position. 2 seconds behind the top guys. Tall order.
Yeah,
tall
definitely
order.
tall order. Now, look at this, Kev. I've just read YouTube, and Kevin Stam, as an organiser of the ASR, so Kevin is one of the organisers of Atlantic Store Racing, we demand more trumpets. So there you go. I'm not getting sacked in the morning. I can't hear the 65,000 people singing you getting sacked in the morning. So there you go. Oh, dearie me. Anyway, back to the racing before I just chuckle myself off into complete oblivion. Right, 10 minutes. Okay, so we've seen the grid. We know we've got Stromer out of position. Paul Taylor's having a bit of a rough one. Yeah, they've got the work to do then, boys. What would you... Okay, so you're sitting there in your car. You're Elias Stromer. You're 2-stopping. You're at the back of the field. What's your goal? Now, mine, personally, I don't know about you, Kev, so let's... mine, go hammer and tong to get as much positions as possible before I have to pit the first one. What do you reckon?
Yeah. I'm sending it on that first corner to gain at least 2 to 3 places off the first corner. The second corner, I'm looking to send it again. I want to gain at least 5 to 6 places after the first lap. Yeah. And then after that, I'm going, as you said, hammer and tong, and I'm trying to make sure that I can get to the pits in front of a few guys, and then get back out and then go again.
Yeah, so I fully agree. Guys in chat, let me know if you agree with us. If you're Elias Stromer at the back of the field, before your first pit stop, what is your ideal placement gain? Okay, so let me know in chat what your ideal placement gain is after the first lap if you are currently at the back of the field. Now, Stromer is not one to be at the back of the field, as we see Massimo Berta there on screen in his Faratech Sim Racing team, looking very serious in his photograph. But there you go. What is your strategy, guys? Let us know. All you guys in chat, 16 of you sat here, 17 watching us now. So let us know what you think is your strategy. You're at the back of the field. You're Elias Stromer. You're in a Lambo. Do you go hammer and tong until the end of the first stint? Now, that would be mine. I'm not going to lie. As we see, Jose Fonseca there in is another one on track. Had a very up and down season so far. Been involved in a few incidents that can't necessarily be blamed on himself, but also we're not able to really look at sharing the blame. It was more racing incidents, I believe some of them were as well. One of the men we haven't covered so far is Alessio Di Stefano. You know, he's had a little bit of an up and down season. He's there or thereabouts in the mix for the Farah Simtech racing team, doing his thing again in Road Atlanta. Let's see how he gets on. I think at the end of the day, if you're going to have more of an outsider, as if you're betting on the national and you've got your 200 to 1, I would be looking at Stefano to go in there. So let's see what happens with that one. Now, Marcus Schulm has been involved in some battles this season, guys. I'm not going to lie. He's been dishing it out and putting it in, and has been involved in some interesting battles across this GT3 season. Now, last time out in the Hockenheim ring, he was another one. I believe, unfortunately, came foul and didn't get in the top 10 as I'm looking at last week's score sheet, and he's not in there. Stromer, however, is in 10th place, so that could be an interesting one as well to watch Elias Stromer from the back of the field. But we'll have Marcus Schum there on track. Now, we know this guy, okay? We know Justin Klassen's absolute flyer. Now, I'd like to clear up something about his photograph, Kev, that we've debated and debated and debated. I think I saw a message that was an Ironman run, and he's carrying a sandbag.
There you are. I called it. I said he's carrying a sandbag.
Yeah, but I don't know how he's doing Ironman. Come on, you know what I mean? How would you do an Ironman run? Just I could barely run from here to the end of my garden without needing an oxygen tank. You know what I mean? This kid's, you know, is he for real? Come on, dude, you're putting me to shame. Stop doing Ironmans.
Well, the way he drives, so he must do some fitness of some sort. He's got to keep getting that fitness in to make sure he can carry on the way he's been driving. So, yeah, I mean, today was nice. I went out for a little walk today, get a bit of fitness in my lungs. So,
Well, you know, what have I'd say that, Kev? I was at the beach today. It was such a nice day where I am, down in the southwest country of the UK. I was on the beach. And then while I was on the beach, I sporadically went and decided it would be a good idea to book a camping trip for the weekend. So there I am off tomorrow, off on camping. And then I realised after that I needed to check with the father-in-law to borrow his camping equipment because I don't actually have any myself. So, you know, lucky enough, the father-in-law was very nice, and we do get on. You know, I've been, you know, with his daughter for about 15 years, so that kind of, you know, gives us some props. You know, so lucky enough, he went off to his shed, into his garage, and there we was, lugging down camping equipment, which is now in the back of my car, ready for me to head off to the sunny south coast of England tomorrow, and for 3 days of camping, which should be fun.
Nice.
The kids are really looking forward to it. You got any plans for this Easter weekend, Kev?
well, normally I would be working, but I've took it off, so I'm gonna relax and chill out this weekend. Probably do a bit of racing and mainly just relax. I'm gonna have a good conversation with my son. He's been having not problems, but you know, you have to give that father-son talk. So trying to make him understand what dedication is about to do with his rugby. So yeah, it's one of them weekends for me.
Yeah, nice father-son chats. Got to love them. Gerard, close to me in the southwest. Yes, mate, I'm in Somerset. So if you're anywhere near there, you're only down the road. If you're up north near Leeds, you're about where Kev is. Is that right? You're in Leeds?
Yeah.
Yeah, Leeds
yeah,
man. So
Leeds,
he's up in Yorkshire, lad. I'm in the sunny area of Somerset. So yeah, if you're down in Somerset, that's where I am. And if you're down in, where am I heading actually? Down in Hayling Island. That's where I'm off to this weekend, just for a little chuckle. So if you fancy having a your little chat while you're down there, you know, come and say hi. But there you go. Enough of me and advertising my holiday. Right, we have got about 2 minutes left of qualifying. Not qualifying, we're in the warm-up, sorry. And then we'll be off with the race itself. So there you go. Thank you very much for joining us this evening. As I say, let us know what your strategy is. Let us know if you feel you're going to have any winners on track this evening. Have a bet with us. He's in Cornwall. That's just like his own country. It's that far down south, isn't it? You know what I mean? Cornwall's got, I'm sure he's got his own flag. And if you ask Jared nicely, he's probably got his own language. You know what I mean? He's at least a long way down. Sorry, Jared, I'm only playing. Don't. I can hear that song now, Kev, getting sacked in the morning. That's never good. Right. Oh, dearie me. Oh, dear. I'm just full of life, just chuckling to myself all evening. Doesn't bode well for the race that's coming up in about a minute's time, but I promise you, I will be on the ball for the race. All right, don't obviously sit here and think, oh, my God, what is this commentator on? I promise you. For the race, I will take it seriously, and we will do that. We are in the warm-up, so, you know, let's have a bit of light-eyedness behind. As you say, as Kev said, laughter's good for the soul. So if you can't laugh, yeah, you're in trouble. But there we go. 40 seconds, Kev. What's going through your head now? 40 seconds to go.
40 seconds?
Yeah, are we chilling in the pits, do you reckon? Getting a drink, you know, toilet break before the hour race, or are you out on track?
Yeah, I'd be having a little drink and a quick toilet break, and then just doing a little woo-ha, and then be ready for the race.
Woo-ha?
Woo-ha.
What's a woo-ha? What is that?
It's like a sit there, you know, when people go hum. Mine is woo-ha. Okay. Nice deep breathing and then exhale.
Oh dear. See, he's speaking in YouTube channel and completely different. It's the only word I know. What is that? Is that in Cornish, Jared? Is that in Cornish? Does Cornwall? Hold on. Does Cornwall even have its own language, or am I just? No, surely not. Surely you can't. Does it? No. Anyway, right, we're going to bring you the grid now, guys. We're at the end of the warm-up, so let's bring you up everybody on grid this evening. Pleto in first, Izzo second, Schum in third, Saint-Amp fourth, Ferrone fifth, Classens in sixth place, Miguel Caduero seventh, Massimo Berta eighth, Sebastian Van Den in ninth, Fonseca in 10th, Jorge Gomez in 11th, Paul Taylor down in 12th, Alicia Di Stefano in 13th, Diego Duarte in 14th, Marco Pinto 15th, Gisecki in 16th, Pereira in 17th, Father in 18th, and our boy Stromer is down at the back of the field. He's got to put the work in, Kev. because it is not looking good at the moment. I was calling this for how low. They actually do have their own language. No, I was only playing. Oh, maybe they do, Kev. There you go. As we can see, guys, we are behind the pace car. We do have a full pace lap, so we're going to have to listen to me and Kev waffling and laughing to ourselves for the another couple of minutes before all of a sudden we get green. Now, we obviously, all the cars are out on track. Yeah, we're all ready to go. We're just waiting for the pace lap to kick off. See, this is my worst time in a race, Kev. Pace laps.
Pace lap?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, as a driver, clear up one of these myth busters, right? I've heard a couple of things. First off, what is your opinion on weaving to warm up your tyres? Does it do anything on the pace lap?
It gets them warm.
But does it?
If they get slightly warm, then it helps.
But
that's how I look at it. Anything than cold is better for racing from the start. So, in my opinion, a little bit warmer is better.
Right, that's where my opinion is, right? We've had a lot of things this week. iRacing's got a little bit crazy on Twitter about this brake dragging. Now, I didn't even know what it was, so I had to go and speak to a friend in the Discord who's a very techie individual who's like, James, brake dragging is you got to hit the brake and then you wiggle the car side to side. And I was like, well, yeah, I do that anyway. I just hit the brake pedal and hit the accelerator and move the car a little bit. He's like, yeah, but it's got a technique. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Anyway, apparently it's been quite a big thing this week. People moaning about people brake dragging on pace laps. Now, one of the other rumours I heard is I was sitting there in my little Mazda MX-5, you know, because I'm a lonely C licence and I can only drive them cars. And basically, one of the guys turned around and said that iRacing resets the tyre temperatures once you cross the line for the start. It doesn't actually do anything on the start. Clear it up.
Maybe so.
Can it or not? I don't know. We don't have access to live telemetry on tyre lap. So if anybody in YouTube chat, or if you're watching it back, let us know in the comment section below. Does weaving do anything? Do iRacing reset the tyre temps once you cross the line after the pace lap? And is brake dragging something that you do? And if you're not sure what it is, please Google it, because it has been a big thing this week through certain drivers that I look at in Twitter. So you can, you know, it has been quite a big thing. A lot of people moaning about what brake dragging does and whether or not it improves your time. Some say it improves. If you do it on your outlap in quali, apparently it can improve your time by 1 second, Kev.
I've actually never heard of it, but
no, see,
1 second.
Yeah, 1 second.
I'll take that.
No, I've never heard of it either, but apparently it's got something to do with the throttle and the brake and moving your car in a weaving motion. Hey, apparently it heats your tyres, but it doesn't increase your pressures.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no,
well,
I don't know.
News
Kev.
to me.
Yeah, I don't know.
News to me. I mean, when you're braking, especially on a corner, you want to know that your wheels are straight, because if you're braking and then you turn at the same time, you're gonna come off. So the quicker you get straight, so weaving in and out as you're braking is first to me. But
yeah, no, they're doing it now, Kev. Like Pletil now is weaving, right? Izzo's weaving, but he's not braking. Now, if you can imagine doing that, hitting the accelerator, braking and wiggling side to side on a straight. Apparently, that if you do that on your outlap, it warms your tyres up. Now, I don't know. I haven't got a clue. I've got to be honest, as I say, I had to go and speak to somebody as well, and to get them to tell me what it is, because I didn't know. And apparently it's technical, and apparently it's an iRacing fault in the game mechanics. So, look, don't shoot me. I'm the commentator. You know what I mean? I know nothing. As I say, I had to go and speak to a techie guy in Discord who could tell me all about it, because I didn't have a Scooby-Doo what was going on. But let me know if you know what brake dragging is. Right, anyway, here we go. We're coming round the last corner now. Pletil in front of Izzo. 2 Porsches, a Ferrari, a Porsche, a Lambo, a Ferrari, and a BMW. Round out your top 10. So here we go, guys. We're going to be waiting for Pletil to go. Round 6 of Road America. He's bunching them up. He's bunching them up. Look at that. He's coming across the line in unison. Pletil's gone. Here we go. Round 6 Road America. Pletil has got an absolute barnstorming start from Izzo out in front as we're heading down into turn 1. There's no melodramas at the moment. Izzo's trying to look at sending it out the inside there. Stromer has made no places. He's still at the back of the field and has not gained any positions currently. Elias Stromer not doing what you said there, Kev. But as we can see, Claessens and Schum having a
He's
side by
made a space.
yeah, he's trying to bully him. He got it as
he's
well.
bullied him.
Yeah, he got bullied Schum and got the position. Next in line for Justin Claessens is Thomas Sainton. Fairly clean start so far, Kev. I'm not going to lie. I was a little bit worried there, but I am a little bit worried for this man. Elias Stromer back in the field, not gaining positions. Not ideal.
Like,
yeah, as we see.
Not ideal at all.
Oh,
little tap there.
That was Jorge Gomez.
He's managed to stay on.
Yeah, Jorge Gomez going down the field. Got a little love tap from Andre Pinto. I'm sure they're in the same team with Diego Duarte, so that should be an interesting conversation with them guys currently at the moment. Now, Massimo Berta is in the mix with his teammate as well, with Marco Ferrone in front of him. However, he does have the battling Miguel Cordero behind him there, Kev. Now, would you be looking at your teammate trying to get on with it and tow you, or try and get out the way in a kind of pleasing kind of point of view?
I'd be trying to help my teammate out, try and give him the tow, let him catch up, especially if I know that he's way quicker than me. And if he's in a good position in the championship, well, that's the whole point, having teammates in there to make sure they can help you get further on in the championship. So
yeah, that's, as we can see, guys, as well, we've still got Pleto out front at the moment. The gap is currently down. Oh, Gisecki has been involved in an incident. Let's have a look as Gisecki here coming down. He's coming down through the kink. Here we go, they're free wide. Stromer,
Ooh.
I don't know if that was much involvement with the guys behind it. Gisecki just kind of lost it on his own. Yeah, he looked like he lost it all on his own there, Kev. And unfortunately, I think he's just got one of them spins on that we've seen and loved. But however, Stromer is now up 2, and he's up to Alicio Di Stefano. Now, Elias Stromer has really got to be putting the work in so far. I think at the end of the day, he's got to be a lot further up. We're bringing the gainers, as you can see, on the left-hand side there. Kev, he's not making the moves that we thought.
No, he's not making the moves at all. He doesn't look as quick as everyone else, but he might be quick in the second half of the race, so we'll just have to wait and see. He's making a move here.
Yeah,
he's going to pull it off.
Oh, he tried to look. Stefano gave him room, though.
He's got it.
Is it coming up over the hill? We're going to be braking just under the bridge. There you go, left-hand side. Stromer's up in the 16th. Yeah, he got it, didn't he? But then, you know, it kind of was well facilitated by Stefano there, mate. You know what I mean? He did gave him a hell of a lot more room than if we go now where we are into Massimo Berta, who is struggling with Miguel Cordero behind him. Not really getting the love from Marco Ferrone in front to be able to pull him along. And now we've got Miguel Cordero trying to make moves as they're coming down through the king. 5-second post-race time penalty for car 27 for causing a collision. Now it's Marco Andre Pinto, I believe that was involved with Jorge Gomez and Diego Duarte. And I believe that is what has cost Pinto, unfortunately for them. That's 2 teammates as well there, Kev, so that's never going to be good. I want to pick up on Pletil and Izzo. It seems fairly straightforward for these guys at the moment, doesn't it? You know, you've got a bank of 3 Porsches, you've got Justin Claessens trying to come up to the back, but Pletil did what he had to do at that start. He's got away, and that's the most important thing here, isn't it?
Yeah, the 3 Porsches are looking really, really quick. Claessens was with them to start off with on the first lap, and now they're starting to pull away. They look like they're working together as a team, even though they're not in the same team, as teammates to pull away from Claessens. So we're going to see how it's going to pan out here. Can Claessens catch them back up and put them under pressure? Yeah,
well, I've just seen Miguel Cordero made that move round Massimo Berta, which is what we said about. There's a 5-second post-race time penalty for car number 8. So that's Stromer for causing a collision there as well. If we can get Mods, thank you very much there, Mods in YouTube doing his thing. But Miguel Cordero got Massimo Berta and is now currently up into 7th place. We did say it was possibly coming, and he definitely had it coming, didn't he? He saw it there, and he took the position. Now, I do want to look at this Stromer incident. Was this Stromer's fault? Did he collect in there? Oh, do you know what? I want to have another. I'm going to have another look back on that cockpit. I think from Strowman there, Kev, because I don't know if
it's a tricky one because it kind of nearly was 3 wide, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think
did
we're going to have.
Did he break early a little bit?
I don't know. Let's have another look on board here with Strowman. He goes down into the. This is into the kink. Oh.
He actually looks like he tries to cut into him.
Yeah, that's a massive amount of overspeed there. You know, from Strowman, wasn't it? He was clearly travelling at a different speed from Gesicki. So I don't know if that's harsh. I don't know. Maybe let's not argue with the stewards, James. You know what I mean? It's probably best sometimes not to do that because, you know, at the end of the day, yeah, we don't want to get involved with that. But we do see Pletil out in front at the moment from Izzo. Sainton is in third. Klassen's fourth. Schum fifth. Ferrone in sixth. Cordero up into seventh now. Massimo Berta in eighth. And
Sainton's just gone off.
Yeah, Sainton has just gone off. Sainton has just gone off. Here we go. Coming down into turn one. He's going down the order faster than a rock in water. I'm not going to lie. He's plummeting down into... Oh, look at that. Oh, now he's just got to sit there. He's got out of the way and he's now just got to sit there. Poor Thomas Sainton, that was all on his own. DT, behave yourself in YouTube chat, young sir. But here we go now. Pletil and Izzo. These guys are coming up into turn 5, going up over the hill into 6. Oh, that's it. I tell you what, these Porsches are looking strong. One jump battle I want to jump into now is this one here. Jose Fonseca, Paul Taylor and Massimo Berta. Paul Taylor is up 4 positions after just seeing Sainton go off. He was up a creditable 3 before then, Kev. So, you know, he's doing his thing and he's now in 8th. But he's got Fonseca pushing him and that's going to be a tough order.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough order, but remember I did say I'm putting Paul Taylor for about 5th. So if he can get that 5th, I'll be happy with that. And he's gained them, like I said, 4 places. But can he hold off Fonseca right now? It's Beamer against Beamer. Let's see what happens. And I've got Lightning McQueen behind him as well.
Yeah,
so
he's in the
it's going to be interesting.
I think what's going to be more interesting here is not the fact of whether or not he can hold off Fonseca or whether or not he's going to get Berta here. I've got to be honest, but Berta is not looking comfortable in that Ferrari. He got no love from Ferrone in front, which allowed him to get overtaken by Cordera. And not only that now, as we see Van Den just running exceedingly wide there, not only that, he's now got Taylor. Now, we have had a notification that Hugo Pereira has unfortunately had an incident. I will look back. I just want to watch this run down the start-finish straight. Here we go. Paul Taylor, Massimo Berta and Jose Fonseca going down now into turn 1. Here we go with these guys. Taylor's looking at... Oh, I thought he was going to send it. I literally thought he was going to airmail that from across the world. That was insanely far, and I thought he was going to do that. Let's have a look at this Hugo Pereira incident. As we're coming, actually, I want to maybe we'll follow these down this straight first, Kev. What do you reckon? He's got to be looking at making a move. He's visually quicker, isn't he?
Yeah, he is quicker, but then you've got Fonseca now. Taylor made a mistake and Fonseca's all over him. As you can see, he's coming up on him on the right-hand side. Is something going to happen here?
Oh, Taylor's had to look at that, jeopardising his line to try and hold that position, and unfortunately that's dropped him back from Berta in front. Now this is Hugo Pereira. He's up in the carousel now. Elias Stromer is currently in front of us on track. Stromer up into 16th. Oh!
Took too much curb as he was applying the pressure to go around the bend.
Yeah, that
went off.
Could you understand why that's a straight to the pits job?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not going to recover out of that. Right, up front, we've got the Pletil and Izzo. Pletil is still leading us off. They dropped Klassens by about 4 seconds. However, for poor Justin Klassens, he's got Marcus Schum there, as you can see him whizzing in the background, tucked up right behind him, about half a second. So that's going to be an interesting one. We'll let the leaders get round the last corner. Klassens has got to get a wiggle on it. It doesn't seem, and I'm going to put my neck out, Kev, it doesn't seem a Lambo track at this moment in time.
No, doesn't seem that at all. I was just wondering how Klassens dropped so far back because he was a lot more closer to him. Now, what, 4 seconds? That's a big gap, and the Porsches are pulling away.
Yeah, this is the Pletil and Izzo up front as we see them come along that long straight. There's that long pit lane on the right-hand side. Unfortunately, it looks like Pereira is on his way out, and hopefully that exit there is not going to be joined in. Out. No, he's done the right thing. Okay, cool. Pereira there staying out the way and allowing everybody to go through before he ventures out onto the track. That's sensible driving there for Miguel Pereira, Hugo Miguel Pereira. As we see Pletil and Izzo having this battle now. They are coming down the moraine sweep. Right-hander, and then you're going to kink to the left a little bit. And you're going to be looking for your braking zone. Now, as me and Kev have discussed, we brake in different areas. I brake at the end of the curb. Kev brakes a little bit further before, a little bit back from that. So there you go. I'll tell you what, we'll have a look here. See, Bert looks like he does exactly the same thing. What about Father? Let's have a look and see what Father does on the brake. Now, Father is in a bit of... Oh, he lifts off. I don't know about you. That looks a little bit too early for me there, Kev.
Yeah, he did lift off early, really early.
But it didn't jeopardise his exit up in the hill, though. So maybe is that the way to go in a track like this? Because it's a tough one, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a tough one. And like I said, the Beamers, when you're driving them, they feel like they're slow, but they are shifting. So yeah, maybe that's his style works for him, and he gets up the hill very quick.
Well, we've got Miguel Cordero. He's currently the lead BMW, and he's in 6th place. Unfortunately, 2 Ferraris in front, a Lambo, and 2 more Porsches. However, Massimo Berta is now under attack from Paul Taylor again. And here we go, 0.27. These guys are heading down into Canada Corner, trying to see what happens here with Paul Taylor. He's got to be getting past him, Kev. He's losing time. And I can imagine the crew chief literally going full bore in his ear, just telling him he's got to get past this guy because he's losing too much time to Cordero in front.
Yeah, you can see he's losing too much time because then you've got Fonseca all over him, so he needs to definitely get past him quickly as possible. But this here between 7th, 8th and 9th looking tasty, I do believe.
I think there at the end of the day though, we were talking about it earlier on before we started this, and we said Berta can defend. You know, Massimo Berta is not afraid of putting his car where it needs to be, guys. And that, at the end of the day, is what we're witnessing, because there was just no way there Paul Taylor to get through. He looks visually quicker over Sector 1 and Sector 2. But coming up, you can see the red dots on the track maps are your sectors, guys, if you're wondering what I'm talking about. But going round 12, 13, 14, Kev, he just can't stay with him to get that draft, and that puts him under attack from Fonseca.
Yeah, it definitely puts him under attack from Fonseca. But just as much as he's trying to get past Berta, Fonseca's keeping with him. So I think Fonseca's just making sure he's there and he's going to pounce at the right time. But here we go again with the front 2. And is Izzo going to take Pletil?
Yeah, I think this is going to be one here. I do fear, and I'm going to put it out there, if Izzo gets in front, it is going to be like the Concorde aeroplane in a race with a Boeing. It's going to be see you later, right? Because I've got a funny feeling here. Pletil is doing a stellar job, and he's currently 2:03.87. His best time, 2:03.81. Last time out, though, they deadlocked on a 2:04.78. Both men did the same time together. But I am a little bit worried that if Izzo does clear Pletil before the first round of pit stops, and we're not expected to see them for about another 10 minutes, Izzo could be off here, mate. He could be off on his bike, and he could be taking another victory. He does look strong.
Yeah, he does look strong, but I'm looking at the times, and Glassens, this looks like he's starting to put a move on. He's dropped it down from 4 seconds to 3.1, and there you go. You can see him in the distance, so he could catch him. He's putting a shift on.
Yeah, I'm more of a little bit worried that he's got it down to 3.2, but has he got it down for 3.2 because Pletil and Izzo are racing, and therefore they can't, you know, he's not getting that gap down far enough, as we see Shom and Ferrone here having her own little battle. This is the Taylor and Berta again. He's not getting the job done in turn 1, and he's losing time to Cordero in front, when Taylor needs to literally, Kevin, lick that stamp, stick it on that top corner, and send that flaming pink beamer, look at it, flamingo pink beamer down the inside. He's got to be doing something here, because he's losing this little bits of time to Cordero, and this is not going well at the moment for Taylor.
Yeah, But what I would say, they've pulled away a little bit from Fonseca. So I don't know what happened there, whether Fonseca took a corner bad or something. But yeah, he's got to get wiggle on and try and get past Berta. But Berta, defending skills are unbelievable. So can Paul Taylor get past him today?
I'll tell you what, mate, Berta's defending skills remind me of Chelsea under Jose Mourinho. Literally, Banks just park the bus and nobody gets through. And that is I'll tell you what, Berta has got some defending skills and he's incredible when he's under pressure like he is now. Cadero managed to clear him and that's allowed Cadero to get a little bit more of a gap. But Paul Taylor has got to be doing that. And this is where we were talking about here. This section here, down this kink, round the next corner, Canada corner, 13, 14, he loses time. But, you know, he's got to try and make a move. He's got to just go in there, isn't he? And really trying to improve this final sector because this is where he's kind of killing himself a little bit.
Yeah, he seems to be losing time a little bit in that sector. But he might still be trying. Once he's done a few more laps, a few's come down a little bit, he might pick up the pace and at some point take him, but we don't know. Yeah. We're just going to have to wait and see. But looks like they're catching Cardoso. They're catching him a little bit as well.
Yeah, but these guys... I thought that was going to be a move from Izzo. I'm going to jump back to Cadero, Berta and Taylor. Again, Cadero is getting caught, but Taylor is not. Nope. Another lap. He's really got to kind of get this wiggle on. And come on, Paul Taylor. It reminds me of Klassen's in Suzuka as we see him now on screen at the moment. You know, he managed to hold the position, but there wasn't much like from him. And then the next few races, he went out and right up. And literally, as we can say there, he literally done an absolute stellar job. So fair play to him. Absolutely amazing. He's now in third. The gap has come down just above 3 seconds. So he must be finding his line, settling into his rhythm. You know, with 17 minutes in, he's looking comfortable. Pletio, however, is not looking so comfortable, Kev, is he? He's got Izzo right up behind him.
Yeah, he's not looking comfortable at all. He's under pressure, and Izzo's not messing around. He wants that P1, but he also knows Klassen is chasing, and if Klassen catches up to him, then Izzo's going to be thinking that P1 might go. So he's got to make a move at some point very soon.
But when do you make the move? As we jump on the nose with Pleto heading down now. Here we go. He's coming down 11A, 11-12. He's going to be going into Canada corner. Is it fuel saving there?
It could be.
That was a very long early liftoff, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was indeed.
Well, Pleto there might be under attack, but he's managed to get some fuel saved in the meantime. Maybe Kevin Stam in chat. I'm not repeating that message, but yeah, much love to you. Maybe we might see it. But at the end of the day, he may be fuel saving to go for a one-stop there, Kevin. So let's see how Pleto gets on at the moment. He's got Izzo tucked up right behind him. Yeah, this is going to be the move if Izzo's going to be doing it. Nothing. No, he didn't. No, nothing. He didn't even look at aggressively sending it.
You might be right.
Taylor's in. Father's in. Taylor's, that's, well, saying that, I did say between about 20 to 30 minutes, and we're seeing Eduardo Fava and Paul Taylor in the pits already. That's puts Taylor currently down in 15th as I see Stromer go past. He's got down there. He's now down in 16th. Ooh, would you take the undercut on a two-stop strategy?
I don't think I would. I would have stayed out a few more laps.
Yeah,
push to the maximum.
Yeah, I would have run that car for as long as physically possible there, and I really would have made a point of trying to push that BM as long as I possibly can. Now we've just seen that Stromer has gone out of track. Let's have another look at that as he comes around the carousel. I'm going to presume he's just run wide, and that does not do Elias Stromer any favours. Excuse me. He's not
having a good race, Stromer.
No, he's not having a good race at all. Meat bread, chicken strips, as we jump back on board with Pleto now. Heading around the kink, there you go, you can see it, he's full flat, round he goes in that Porsche. We're going to take a little bit of a left-hander, stay to the left-hand side. It'll be interesting to see if he does that lift again. Yeah, he does, Kev.
Mm.
Just seems a
Oh, I
long way
wonder-
back. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
might be fuel saving, like you said.
Yeah, but he's got to be going to try and go at least a little bit longer. If he's fuel saving, he's got to be looking at going longer than Izzo. That's going to be the terminology. If he's one stopping, he's got to get that car to about 35 minutes. And that's a tall order in that Porsche at the moment. Now, we have got Cadero, we've got Fonseca, we've got Duarte, and we've got Gomez, all locked in their own battle here. And they're all in the same team. Okay, so be aware they are all in. As we see Ferrone go in, Sainton's gone in as well. And now that allows Pinto to go up into 11 places. Look at his line of BMWs here from Fonseca. The Portugal iRacing team, PIT as it's known. Fonseca, Cadero, Duarte and Gomez. And we do have Marco Andre Pinto behind in the Audi, but he's about 6 seconds back, unfortunately. Nothing like looking at a good line of stern racing there from your teammates, is it, Kev? Look, look at them. They look beautiful.
Yeah, they do. They do.
Yeah, no.
Teammates going at it. So, which one's going to let one go because they know that they're quicker? Or are they going to battle with each other?
Oh, as you see, Fonseca there's gone in a little bit deeper than he probably wanted to do. But then again, Cadero didn't get a good run either. However, back up front, we do have Pletil and Izzo still battling, coming into your pit window, guys, as well. So let's put that out there, that they are coming into the pit window. We've seen a few go into the pits already. Ferrone, Taylor, Sainton, Farber and Gasecki all are in the pits. Gasecki, no fault of his own, unfortunately, but is in the pits at the moment. One of the interesting things, though, Paul Taylor didn't jump Marco Ferrone, so let's try and stay on board here. Whoa. Whoa.
Yeah.
What?
He's fuel saving.
Mate, that was a meteoric lift, wasn't it? Pletil there absolutely lifted from halfway round the corner and just rolled it in. Does Pletil think? Let us know what you think in YouTube chat. Does Pletil think he's going to get past this on a one stop? That's going to be the interesting thing. Claessens is in the pits, Schum is in the pits as well. What I am going to do, I'm going to jump on board with Izzo on the next round of steps. Berto's in, Fonseca's in, Cadero's in, Duarte's in, Gomez is in. Is Pinto going to be heading in as he comes out from underneath the trees? He does. Van den is in the pits. Stefano's going in the pits. One man that needs to go into the pits as well will be Stromer. In he goes, but it's going to be this. Where does Marco Ferrone come out? He is currently down in 14th place. He's coming round 13A and 13B. Can he jump any of these cars? And has Paul Taylor done himself any favours? Because pit stop time's about 55 to 59 seconds. Let's see where and if anywhere Marco Ferrone does manage to jump these cars going into the early pit stops. Claessens is on his way out. This is going to be tight here. Paul Taylor is going to make up some positions here. He's now all the way 6th place.
Come on, Paul Taylor, come on.
6th place for Paul Taylor after your pit stop, taking that early stop. And this is the only track on the Anti-Stall Racing League that we've seen the undercut work. And Taylor has jumped Sainton, Fonseca, Berta, Cordero. They were the cars he was battling with, Kev, and now he's in front by about 2 seconds. That's a massive jump for Paul Taylor.
It's a big jump. Now all we need is that extra place, and then my prediction for 5th with him is perfect.
Right, I want to jump on board with Izzo. No, Izzo doesn't look like he's doing the same thing. But however, they both have saved an absolute monumental amount of fuel to be going this next lap after these guys. A reminder, 48 seconds to Justin Claessens. They need about 50 to 55 seconds. So it's going to be really close. If they start diving in, which they do, they're in.
Gone in.
So it's here. It's here. It's all on you, Justin Claessens, to see how you've got on with your lap. They didn't have 55 seconds, Kev. They had about a 46-second gap on the time that they went into the pits. So they might...
Can he come out in front?
I don't know. I think this is going to be the interesting thing. He's coming round now. Round the in 13A, 13 going down into 14. No, he's not. He's a little bit later on than that. He's down in Canada corner. So he's a long way back. He's got about another 20 seconds. He's got 10 seconds. This ain't going to work. I don't think this is going to get it out.
If he don't get in front, at least he'll be with him.
They're still in the pits. Oh, Izzo's jumped Plittil. Izzo's jumped Plittil. And here comes Claessens now. Our guys are on their exit. There they are. Izzo jumped Plittil in the pits, and that's Claessens now. Not as far back where he is, a little bit further, Kev. He's about 6 tenths back. He's now 3.75 seconds.
Yeah, he's not getting nothing there. Not getting nothing at all. So hopefully he can get a push on in the second part of this race and maybe catch them.
Yeah, I'm a little bit fearful for Plittil now, whether or not Plittil can stay with Izzo, because Izzo got the jump again, and it isn't the first time that we've seen Izzo get out. And it goes by pit lane times here, because Izzo did it his whole time was 58.75. Plittil's was a 59.8. So nearly 1.2 seconds quicker than Izzo, which is the gap out in front at the moment in time. So you can see it visually on your screen. However, Diego Duarte is climbing all over Van Den there. These guys heading down into 5. This is the battle for 13th and 12th and 13th place. Oh, Father's in the mix. Going up the hill into 6. He's going to be on the inside line. Is it going to be space there? There is. Duarte leaves him space, but Duarte's coming back now. He's only got to send it in deep a little bit further into carousel. Oh, here we go on this run down into 8 now. They're a little bit further back than I actually thought they were, so that's on me. But Van Den and Harbour look like they got the job on Duarte there. Now it's down to Stefano, whether or not he's going to make that move and get up into the positions. One man who hasn't really gained as much as we thought, Kev, Elias Stromer. You've got to feel sorry for him. 16th position. Clearly doesn't love Road America.
Well, he was last and he's gained some places, but it's not going well for him at all this evening. Not going well for him. So all he can do is just carry on, hopefully maybe gain a couple of places due to maybe a few incidents and people coming off if he's lucky. But if he can just keep it going and that's it. Finish the race, and then he's gained some experience on this track, but he's not having a good time tonight. And he's gone off.
Father's gone off just as I was about to talk about him and Duarte having a very close contact battle. Father there in the last corner, as we've just seen, goes off track, and that allows Duarte and Stefano to clear it now as we see Stefano coming down the start-finish straight. They're going to be, is Stefano going to be looking at sending out the inside? Is not. Diego Duarte there manages to hold on to the position up front. However, the gap has come down. It was just below a second. It's back out to a second. Oh, I don't know, Kev, if Plittil's going to be able to do this. I'm fearful that Izzo's just got too much in the bag.
Yeah, he's got too much in the bag, but he was pulling away Izzo to start off with, but Tell looks like he's clawing it back a little bit, little by little. Claessens is way back now, so Claessens is going to have to just keep it steady, finish off the race in his nice first position without any incidents, and he's gaining some points. He's still on the board. Strum is looking good as well. My guy Taylor, come on.
Yeah, well, we might as well give him a bit of a mention. However, he has got this lightning quick Frenchman in Thomas Saintot right behind him at this moment in time. And, you said 5th or 6th. He's in 6th at the moment. Rather than jeopardising that 6th place, Saintot does look a lot racier than Paul Taylor, and not in any disregard to Paul. And I think Paul understands what I'm coming across as a, Taylor, Sainton has got that very aggressive action in that car. Would you let him go?
No, he's not getting past me. Like I said, the Beamers are tanks, and if he tries for it, Sainton tries for it, and you just nudge in there a little bit, then that's curtains for Sainton. So yeah, let's keep it going.
Oh, pit race control, pit lane contact of car 3 will be investigated after the race. That is Izzo in the pits. If we can shed some more light on that, that would be absolutely amazing. There, race control not happy with the pit lane conduct of car 3, which is Alexandro Izzo, and that will be investigated after the race. Now, could that have anything to do with the entrances? We didn't see them go in because we were focusing on Classens coming round. But we'll have to see how that materialises after the race as we keep an eye on Paul Taylor. This is your closest battle on track, as you can see on the left-hand side. Colours, orange, they're really close. Yellow, they're within a second. Orange, they're within half a second, as we can see Sainton and Taylor now. As these guys are heading currently, they're going down on that run into turn 8. That left-hander coming back almost before they go off round the carousel now. Sainton and Taylor close together. You said you wouldn't let him pass, Kev, but you sure?
I'm not letting him pass. You're going to have to be Superman to get past me. And Taylor's doing a good job to not let him pass as well. But Sainton, he's all over him. And I wonder if he can get past him, because he does look a little bit more quicker. But we're going to have to wait and see when we get around the start-finish and see how quick he is. Quicker he is than Paul Taylor. Yeah,
now we said about the fact that, you know, you've said a couple of times the Beamer just looks slow, but clearly he's got the grunt of the Porsche there. He held Sainton back in that start-finish straight, and we'll watch it here and see how it goes. Whether or not Sainton is going to really go for the move will be an interesting one to see. Let's jump on board with Thomas Sainton now. Here he goes on the right-hand side. They're side by side coming down into turn 1, guys. Now, Paul Taylor on your right, Thomas Sainton on your left. Taylor could do with really holding him. Oh, Sainton gets through. And that's now Sainton into 6th, Taylor into 7th. However, Cordera. Oh, that's Gomez. No, that's Fonseca. Oh, Jose Fonseca just literally put the Beamer nose deep into the barrier, didn't he? Let's have a look at that. As he comes round, oh, that's full grass.
The grass.
Oh.
Yeah, hit the grass. I don't think he'll be able to carry on. Looks like there's some serious damage on his Beamer there.
Yeah, I think Jose Fonseca, young sir. Let's have a look. Yeah, steering's not straight. He's trying to get it back to the pits. It's a tall order there. Oh, he's struggling, and he's struggling so bad.
He's struggling. Yeah.
Can Fonseca get? Oh, it's not turning. You're just racking up off tracks, Sonny Jim.
Yeah, he's out.
Racking up off tracks there, and all you are being at the moment is unfortunately a little bit of a roadblock to the cars that are behind you. As we see Van Den. Oh no, keep it. Oh, Fonseca, just tow it, man.
Fonseca. Just tow it, yeah.
I think it's decided now. There you go.
Session, I think session in court's over for Fonseca.
Yeah, he's towed it back to the pits now. There you go, Jose Fonseca. He's got the car back to the pits, but this is what I was afraid of, Kev. As soon as you flip back to Izzo, you've opened up a 1.6 second gap. Oof. Where do we go? 25 minutes remaining, and literally Izzo just looks like he's got this wrapped up. This is my fear, unfortunately. When we look back, once you release Izzo, you don't get him back again, and you know, it's almost like that dog that's just pulling and pulling and pulling. You think, I'll let him off, I'll get him back in a minute. You don't get him back, do you? Because once Izzo clears you, he doesn't. He's just, there's no letting up, and he's not letting up again. He's
gone. He's definitely he's gone. Yeah, he just pulled a gap from nowhere. So there must have been a slight mistake from Platel somewhere, or maybe this Izzo's just way quicker than him.
Yeah, I want to go slip back into this Gomez Cordero Berta battle here. These guys currently, as you see now on your screen, the closest battle on track here. 2 Beamers and a Ferrari. We have said the Beamers can look strong, and tanks, don't get me wrong, but the Ferrari has got the pace, as we do know. Sainton and Taylor has come back down to under a second again. I will jump forward and have a look at that one and see how that materializes. But, you know, for Gomez and Cordero, they're in the same team. Berta, as we see earlier on from Schum and Ferrone, didn't really get much team assistance. because they could have, they could have pulled him forward a little bit, but Gomez now has got to decide whether or not it's best that I attack Berta or it's best I let Cordero go, because Cordero, maybe in a better position, maybe faster, Kev.
Yeah, I think Cordero's faster than Gomez, and I fully agree with what you say there. Whoever's the quicker, I would let them. We'll be double teaming him. Whoever's the quicker, if we can try and have him on one sector, and if we can't, then the other one will take over and have a go. But we'll be double teaming him to try and get past him.
Yeah, I think that is the thing. But as we know with Massimo Berta, he is a man on a mission when it comes to defendants. Do not count him out just yet, because trust me, he is going to make that as hard as physically possible for them guys behind him to even get anywhere near Massimo Berta. Like, literally, there is a blanket of a shield of invincibility over Massimo Berta, and he is a defender, and he does do it well. So if Cordero or Gomez is going to get him, they seem to be dropping Cordero back a little bit. Surely Gomez is not going to send it from there, is it? No, I believe that's just a hello, I'm still here. But I think they're going to have a tall order there, Kev, and I believe Berta is not going to make that easy at all.
No, he's not making it easy right this very second. He can defend. I'm calling him the defending king. The king of defending, because he can defend, and he's got a beamer all over him. And I wouldn't want to be in the position he's in now with this beamer all over him, trying to make a move. Is he gonna do it? No. There you are, the defending king once again prevails.
But look, this is the thing. Gomez got the run. Coming up the hill, he's going to look at trying to send it up the inside. Berta chops his nose off. Again, there's going to be contact. Ooh. Oh, I believe there was a little bit of contact there between Gomez and Berta. Berta is another one that's not having a successful run on Road America. And at the end of the day, I tell you what, he's doing that hard. And he's going round 8 at the moment. He's going to be coming round Carousel. Clearly, Gomez fancies his chances here, Kev. And he fancies it well, but he's only got about 23 minutes to take that 8th place away.
Well, he can. 23 minutes is enough time to take that position. And looks like he's going to try and make a move now. Ooh, a little nudge there, I think.
Gomez.
And
Kev, this is going to get spicy.
Gomez
and Cordero, they're coming around into the last corner now. This is going to be a run down from Gomez to Berta. See if he can really go and get at him this time. As they're closing up now, don't forget we've got one more pit stop to had. But here we go, Jorge Gomez, Massimo Berta. Going down the start-finish straight now. The gap is closing down, 0.2627. You can see it, 2.322. All the way down again. Oh. Kev, are you looking at turn 3 now? Are you looking at down into 5, down Moraine, and looking at that run down into 5?
Yeah.
You got to, ain't you?
Yeah. You've got to. He's right on him now, so there's a good chance he could try and make a move. And he's sniffing. You can see him sniffing.
Yeah.
Is he close enough?
Oh, I don't know.
Is he close enough?
Here we go. These guys, Gomez and Berta, now going down through Moraine. Is he going to be looking at taking the...
Berta, the defending king, prevails again.
Oh, dude, Berta
this
is
guy
literally... He's just like Rio Ferdinand, isn't he? Defending anything and everything that's get thrown at him. And Gomez is literally, bar the kitchen sink out of the back of that BMW. He's literally chucking everything at Massimo Berta. And Massimo Berta is there just propelling it all back into him like a superhero that he is. The defending king given to him by Kevin Wesley Burke. And Massimo Berta is still holding back Jorge Gomez there with about 20 minutes remaining, guys. It's going to be a close one. These guys are your current battle. On your closest battle on track in 8th and 9th position at the moment. But here we go. Berta looks like he's got Gomez looks like he's got a little bit of run. But Kev going around the kink. Here we go. Oh.
Looking good. Ooh.
He did it again. But the thing is with Berta there, Kev, he wasn't overly he didn't aggressively weave in front of him. He just positioned his car where he knew Gomez couldn't go. And there's nothing wrong with it, is there?
No, there's nothing wrong with this bit of driving here going on there between these two. And this is some good, solid driving. And the defending King's holding him off. But can Gomez push him enough to make a mistake, push him enough so he can get past?
Oh, the
It's
gap
tricky.
is closing. Look, if Berta's going to make his move, he's not going to get him in this one. He's not going to get him in this one. This is going to be the run down into 5 that we were talking about earlier on as they go round turn 1. Down through 3. This is where Gomez has really got to climb all over the back of Berta. And let's just watch Berta's movements. Down through Moraine we go, under the bridge. We say hi and go by. Here we go now. Gomez has closed right back up. If he's going to have the option, it's got to be the door open on the inside. Berta's left the door open. No. Oh, get it under control.
Quality driving by Berta. Quality driving by Berta. Quality driving. That's what I call defending to the maximum quality.
He just kind of left the door open, but knew Gomez was too far back to make it move. And he literally stayed wide. Pereira has been off again. Let's bring you that action from Hugo Miguel Pereira as he goes behind the tree. This is on the run down into turn 8, I believe. And he just goes round completely on his own. Absolutely rotten evening for Hugo Miguel Pereira there on track. Now, we get back to this battle. They're still going. And I'm going to jump back on board with Gomez again. I want to see there because Berta's going to listen. Look at the car position. He just positions his car where Gomez cannot get through. He doesn't weave. He just puts his car in the middle of the track. And that's what we were talking about here. Between the difference between here and Hockenheimring is the gaps and the spaces. It is a little bit of a wide track, but it's not as wide. Oh, Berta's gone off. Berta's made a mistake. He's coming back. I think he's coming back. He's trying to defend. Oh, Cadero is going to look at trying to get Berta on the outside. Berta's got to go again. Oh, he's called it.
He's going into the pits.
He's called it in the pits.
Oh, that was a good battle, and he came off there. Luckily, got back on.
Yeah, Massimo Berta in the pits. Berta has a penalty for blocking. No. What? Was that in qualifying?
No.
No, I don't know. Evan God has just put in YouTube chat blocking, but we'll have to see where that materializes. Sainton is in, Berta's in the pits. We're coming into that second round of pit stops. Window, Izzo is still out in front by about 2 seconds. So we'll give you a rundown of your top 10. Izzo in first place, Pletil in second. Claessens is a long way back in third place. No, what? It's on the screen. Berta had a drive-through penalty for repeatedly blocking.
That doesn't make no sense. He wasn't blocking, he was defending. No, I'm not having that.
There's
The
going to
defending
be...
King
Hold on a minute, Stuart. Come on.
Dreadful. No, I'm not having none of that.
What are we watching?
That was great defending by Berta. Now he's been capitalised for being the defend. I've classed him the defending king, and he's been capitalised for it for no apparent reason.
No, I think. Hold on a minute. The stewards, me and you, need to have a conversation, and I think we need to have a conversation bad here. We have just watched some stellar defending from Berta, not making moves because we were on board with Gomez, watching Berta down that back straight and not repeatedly block. Oh, I don't know. Stewards, DMs after. Come on. Sort that out. No way. Poor Massimo Berta there was unfortunately been penalised for drive-through penalty for repeatedly blocking. Yeah, that's it, the best in chat. No, Michael, no, this is not right. No stewards, that is not right. I tell you what, I'm going to find out who the stewards are this evening and I'm going to go be crazy. Right. Anyway, back to the action. I'm not quite sure how that materialised, but that was not good. Paul Taylor is in the pits. Van Den has just gone in. Ferrone is in as well. So these are the parts. We got early stoppers on track at the moment there. Canon Stromer gain positions. He's now up into 11th, 10th. Is he going to come across in 9th? He does. And literally at the moment, obviously, he's not made his second pit stops. So there you go. So Elias Stromer up into 9th place. Massimo Berta up into 10th. Ferrone 11th. Saints on 12th. Taylor's coming out the pits in 13th. A little bit down on where we thought, but then again, we haven't seen others pit as much. So there. So we're just waiting. Multiple defending moves reacting to the driver behind. Oh, Kevin, get up. Me and you need DMs. DMs, Kev.
This is dreadful.
Come on.
Come. This is defending King was defending like a god. That was defending at its highest quality, and now he's being penalised for no particular reason. The stewards must not like him. They must not like him.
Oh, okay. So Kevin, so there you go. On Alessandro Izzo's pit lane time that we were talking about.
I apologise.
He did not use the pit limiter and gained 2 kilometres an hour through the entire pit lane. 73 versus 71 on the limiter. This will be investigated post-race. So
okay, yeah.
So Izzo didn't use
so that's why they've capitalised him.
That was Izzo. That was obviously Alessandro Izzo, not Berta. Berta is the multiple defending moves reacting to the driver behind that Kevin Stam.
Izzo's coming out of the pits.
Put in chat. Izzo and Pletil are both out there in. They're out in the lead. Currently, we'll just see they haven't currently pitted for their second one. Classens hasn't either. Schum is in. Cordero is in. Oh, Gomez. Yeah, don't put them up. I'll fight you. Well, you're going to have a fight here because the commentators do not agree with that punishment. And if anybody in there in the stewards team wants to get back to me, you can. Check my DMs. I'll come after you. Right, that's it. My trumpet is blowing, and this time it's a foghorn. Right, anyway. Back to the action with our man Paul Taylor. He's got to be looking to jump into positions here in the pits. Here we go. Paul Taylor up into 9th place. Didn't manage to get past Sainton, unfortunately, but he did manage to hold on to his 9th. But there are people in front of him, like the players of Elias Stromer, who haven't second pitted yet at the moment. So there you go. We will see all of that when it happens and go through there, and we will have a look and see where Paul Taylor comes out. It's going to be an interesting one to see where he happens there, Kev. Let's not go on about the battle. Yeah, he's just unfortunately, it is what it is. He got punished, and whether or not we agree, I don't know. It's a little bit. Anyway, Elias Stromer hasn't pitted, Gomez hasn't played, Classens hasn't pitted for his second one, Pletil, neither has Izzo. So they guys are on second one. Marcus Schum is on second, I believe. Izzo
just pitted him out unless something happened.
No, he wasn't in. He's only had one pit stop. Classens is in now. So Taylor is currently down in 9th. So if he's going to jump, he's got to be looking at getting past. As we see him now, he's coming around Carousel. So there you go. 2 kilometres is allowed by A Racing with no black flag. Maybe a warning for all drivers after the race that need to use a pit limiter. Maybe. We just have to see how that comes out and see how that works out. Yeah, I can assure you the pit lane conduct has been noted. We've got our race director going through to see what's what, and in either case it'll be included for next week. Fair one. But can the commentators add in there as well about defending, please? Anyway, so James, get yourself in trouble. The birds are singing and getting sacked in the morning. But anyway, stop arguing with the stewards, Mr. Parfit, and get on with your job. So here we go. We see Paul Taylor. See how many he's jumped up. Stromer's in the pits. Gomez is in the pits. Yeah, he's going to think 7th place there for Taylor. That is Gomez coming out beside him. There's Gomez there exiting the pits. So that allows Taylor to retain his 7th place. One battle is really getting a little bit up in the arms is Van Den and Duarte. This is the battle for 10th and 11th. These guys are less than 6 seconds behind. Less than 0.6 seconds is Duarte behind Van Den at the moment. As you can see on the track map, guys, the cars are very spread out. They're not very close together with about 10 minutes remaining. Van Den and Duarte is your closest battle on screen at the moment. But, you know, I don't know. There you go. Well, Kevin, we got 10 minutes. To be fair, right, this has probably been one of the cleanest races I think we've seen. You know, there's only been 1, 2, 3, 4 crashes to talk of, and neither of them will, you know, highlights obviously poor Hugo Pereira, who has had an absolute rotten evening. For Seiko there and Pinto there as well. Not done a good night for them. Izzo and Pletil are in the pits. Pletil takes his position in the front. This is going to be an interesting one here to see how these guys get on. I will focus on your leader. Izzo again goes out. Pletil goes out behind him. And Claessens is too far back again, Kev, even on the second stops, to really make a difference.
Yeah, he's really, I'm surprised he's so far back, Claessens, but, well, it's just one of them things. Izzo and Patel are really putting on the fireworks today, and they're putting the foot down, and they're getting some good driving done. There's been some decent driving lower down in the field, as we've seen. Shame about Fonseca, Pinto and Pereira. There was some good driving there. I'm surprised that Van Den, I thought it would have been higher up the field. Obviously, it might not be his track, but, yeah, Izzo and Patel. Hopefully, Patel might be able to catch him, but definitely Claessens is out of touch, so it's going to be one of them races for him today. But keep it up, and then he'll get the third spot. I'm
sure he'll be back. I don't doubt. You know, at the end of the day, he's still racking up the points. You know what I mean? He's still racking up the points, isn't he? He's still in third place. He's still going to score, but it's just not Claessens. You know, because at the end of the day, you know, Pletil is in front of him in the championship. Izzo is in front of him in the championship, and he could have really done with trying to be in the mix. But as I say, maybe this isn't his track, and maybe Red Bull next week he'll come out all guns blazing and really put a shift in, because he's been trying, isn't he? He's no slouch. He's going around 2:03.78 is his best, which is faster than Pletil's best.
Yeah,
but he's just not gained that sort of form of
can't keep in touch with him.
Yeah, he just can't. He didn't keep up with him at the beginning, did he?
No, for some reason he was in touch with him, and then all of a sudden he lost a little bit of time somewhere. Maybe going around the corner a little bit too slow, maybe a little wiggle, but then all of a sudden they just disappeared. They pulled away from him. So I'm surprised at that. I thought that he would have stayed in touch with him.
Yeah. But look, you know, at the end of the day, he's in third place, and the leaders have just gone across the line. Obviously, they've just come out the pits because obviously 2:09. He's done a 2:04, second off, near half a second off his best. You know, we're coming to the end of the race now. He knows he's got a massive gap to Schum. He's got about 9 seconds there. Doesn't really have to look a lot to worry about. You know what I mean? But I will say about this one man here. Marcus Schum started in third. He's now in fourth. He got jumped by Claessens at the start. You know, he's had a little bit, in conjunction with Normal, he's had a little bit of a quiet one this week. And, you know, him and Ferrone, I don't know about helping Berta at the beginning. I don't know if Berta was just unfortunately slow and couldn't keep up with these guys, Kev. But again, Marcus Schum and Marco Ferrone are putting in a shift this week.
Yeah, they are putting in a shift. Like I say, Schum, it's like he's just coasting now. He knows that if he keeps it clean and consistent, he's got that fourth, and he's probably looking at it like, well, I've got some points in the bag, and that's all what counts. So,
yeah, as we see.
Can Ferrone catch him? I don't know.
No, I think it's a little far back. It's about 2.5 seconds. However, Gisecki has just been off track. Obviously was involved in the incident at the beginning with Stromer, but this looks like it's all on his own, and torpedoed that poor Ferrari straight into the barrier. So there you go, unfortunately. But as Marco Schum and Marco Ferrone there, both of them had a little bit of a chat. Sainton again, another one that's just kind of gone about his business. We saw him in the battle with Paul Taylor earlier on, you know, got past Taylor. did what
Yeah.
we fearfully expected he would do and kind of just pull away from him. And that's basically sums up St. John's race, isn't he? He's not, you know, he's just got on with it, isn't he?
Yeah, he has got on with it. He put Paul Taylor under pressure. I thought Paul Taylor might have been able to help hold him off just a little bit and defend, because as we know, the beam is quite big, so once you defended in that, it's hard to get past. But yeah, he did the business, Sinton, and got past him, and he just pulled away.
Yeah, and so, there you go. Speaking of your man, Paul Taylor there. Okay, so he's up 5 positions, so he started down in 11th. He did a lot on that undercut, didn't he? This is probably one of the few tracks that we've actually seen the undercut work. We're coming into the last 5 minutes there. Barney's still standing there with his hands in his pockets. No need to get your flag out yet there, mate. So Paul Taylor has kind of, he's just been another one that he got involved in the action. He did what he had to do. He done the undercut and it worked well. He's now gained 5 positions, settling back in 7th, just outside where you said though, Kev.
Yeah, a couple of places out from where I said, but 7th, still in the top 10, gives him some points on the table, and then he's still within touch of everybody else. So there's still time. There's still time. He's going to impress me. He's going to impress me. He's going to get the win. He's going to get one of the races. He's going to get the win in the bag.
No. There you go. Plateau has just put the fastest lap on the board of a 2:03.66, whereas Izzo's just done a 2:03.86. So them guys are really putting the shifts of time. You can see there, Plateau 2:03.657 and Izzo on 2:03.662. Now, Jorge Gomez, Miguel Cordero, they've been kind of involved in their own little freeway at one point. Duarte was involved in that, and then obviously Fonseca before he put it in the wall. But again, 2 drivers that just gone about their business tonight. You know, 3 minutes remaining, they've just gone and done their thing. They've kept it on track, which was always a good start. Keep it on the black stuff, you're always in a good position. But again, Gomez, Cordero there, not overly eventful from either, is it, this evening? You know, they've just put it in 8th and 9th place, really, Kev.
Yeah, no, you would have thought that they would have helped each other to pull each other along, gain a few places, and then go for a killer move. But yeah, it's not going according to plan for them this evening.
No, again, neither for Stromer, but that got that drive through, which both me and Kev are somewhat. Anyway, Van Dev, never mind. Geez, Plitil with the comeback. Yeah, Izzo there, 2:03.662. Plitil 2:03.503. So Plitil putting a shift in a little bit late, I would have thought. Unfortunately, he's still about 1.7 seconds back. And we got Izzo coming round up into turn 8 at the moment. I think Izzo's going to be looking at, it's going to be white flagging this lap. So Izzo will go across the line and take the white flag there. It says, Cohen Stam, never mind, jeez. Pleto with a comeback. Yep, let's see how we get on. I don't know. 1.7 seconds is a big ask over a driver such as Izzo there. Some other couple of drivers to mention. Van Dan again, not really, down 1 on his position at the moment. Duarte up 3, Stefano up 1, Stromer's up 6, being that he started at the back of the field, but that's been helped by Marco Andre Pinto, Hugo Pereira and Jose Fonseca, unfortunately being involved in incidents, and Gisecki being involved in incidents. Berta's drive through. But there you go, Pleto now currently on 2:03.5, 1.79 seconds. Gav, you got a big ass, but we are coming down the start finish straight now. We'll see Birdie, the flag bearer, Barney, what is his name? Barney, in it, Kev, I think it's Barney. Barney. It's
Barney the flag man.
Barney the flag man is going to be waving frantically. Classens is in the pits. Oh no, there's action at the end, and Classens is in the pits. Did he under fuel? Oh.
What's happened there?
I don't know, but that's allowed Marcus Schum.
Marcus Schum going through.
He's going through. Ferrone, Sainton.
What's happened there?
Oh, Gomez has lost it on the last corner. It's all happening. Oh, Gomez has lost it on the last corner. There is Paul Taylor. He goes through.
Oh, come on, Paul Taylor, come on.
Gomez goes through. Taylor's up to 6th. So it's where you said. Where you said, oh, Classens is on the way out. He's coming out right into Gomez and Cordero. Oh, Classens must have underfueled that car. Yeah, he's going to send it here now. This is going to be the move down into turn 3. Classens back up into 8th place. He's going to want to try and get Jorge Gomez as well, but it's going to be a big ask for Classens to do that this close. We're on the last lap of the race. Izzo is coming round the carousel. He hasn't got long. Is he going to defend it now from Cordero coming down into turn 5? Hard on the brakes, up they go on board with Classens now. Let's take a look and see how hard this young man is working. Here he goes in that Lambo. There is Gomez in front of us. Oh, we're coming down now, down into 8. Left-hander. Again, he looked like there was no power there, Kev, I've got to be honest. Right, I am going to go back over to the leader, Alessandro Izzo, who's going to be coming across the line for the victory this evening. There is Izzo taking the victory in first place. There is Pletil in second. Schulm is up into third. That's absolutely incredible for Marcus Schulm there. Takes third place this evening. Good job for him. As you see, Marco Ferrone behind him, Saint-Tom behind him. There you go, there is Marcus Schulm taking the checkered flag there from Barney, Ferrone, Saint-Tom. Taylor is in 6th place. Further back here is Gomez. Oh, he's gone slow. This is going to be Classens' run. Van Den is making moves behind him as well as we're coming up over the hill. Who's going to get it? Is it going to be Classens? Classens is front.
No,
Gomez got it.
Some magic bad and a pile up towards the end with Lightning McQueen feeling the pain.
Van Den just comes. Oh, dude. Van Den was he was in that mix. Look, him, Gomez, Cordero. Oh. Action right across the line for you guys. Absolutely incredible. As you can see, Classens there. Duarte is finished. Stefano's finished. Bert has finished. Strom has finished. And Faber. There we go. Last of our finishers this evening. Wow. That was absolutely incredible. So there you go. What an absolutely epic race we had tonight. A little bit. Oh, look at that. Is that Gomez just sat on the side there? Is that Gomez, I believe, or Cordero? No, it's got to be. I believe that might have been Gomez. But there you go, guys. That rounds out tonight's race. We'll bring you the standards as soon as I get the results through. Jorge Gomez, welcome. Thank you so much. We saw that finish there. Absolutely incredible. Van Den and Cordero, and that actually might have been Duarte in that mix there, Kev. Not Gomez there. Might have been. Yeah, I thought it was Gomez in the mix. Was it you in the mix?
Just reading the chat there, Gomez saying sorry for the abuse. Chat race, but Berta blocked hard.
Oh, do you know what? Don't even get us started in this commentary booth because I'm sorry. We somehow questioned that decision, Kev, didn't we?
I'm fully questioning that. The defending God got robbed.
Oh. Big statement there from Kevin Wesley Burke. Here we go. Izzo is in first. Pletil in second. Marcus Schum is in third place. Marco Ferrone in fourth, Saint-On in fifth, Paul Taylor in sixth, Jorge Gomez in seventh, Miguel Cordero in eighth, Justin Classens in ninth, Sebastian Van Den in 10th, Diego Duarte in 11th, Alicio Di Stefano in 12th, Massimo Berta in 13th, Elias Stromer in 14th place there. Eduardo Faber in 15th, Gisecki in 16th, Marco Pinto in 17th, Hugo Pereira in 18th, and down there was Jose Fonseca. Well, Kev, you know, up and down, nice broadcast, fun with Michael Bauer and Envigod, a nice broadcast. That was a fun race. It was, yeah, okay. Right, let's just have a recap. There was some definite there was some good racing.
Yep.
Okay, on a serious note, from the Massimo Berta, what is your outlook on that? Because that was a tough one, didn't it? I haven't, unfortunately, got a race screen that I can go back and select everything that Massimo Berta did, right? Because at the end of the day, you know, we'd be here all day and I'd have to try and find him. But come on, a tough decision, you think?
Very tough. This for me was like Hamilton and Vettel in the last race. This is how much, as far as I'm concerned, Berta got robbed there. He got robbed. He was doing some great defending. There was no such thing as blocking. It was defending. He's called the defending god for a reason, because he defends hard, and he got robbed. It's unfair, but this is racing. Yeah, unfortunately, and that's how it goes.
Yeah, I think, you know, I think there would be some inquiries there from Michael Massey. Come on, guys, sort it out. You know, commentators, well, we're not always wrong. But anyway, guys, that rounds it up for this evening. So much love to you all for joining us here in the booth. We'll see you all next week in the Red Bull Ring. Now, that is obviously currently will be, guys, my last GT3 broadcast. Unfortunately, I have other engagements after that. So hopefully we'll see you all at the Red Bull Ring for my last one for Anti-Stall Racing for this season. But much love to you. And as always, from me, Kevin Wesley Burke, take care. Have a great week. And you never know, we might see you on the track sometime. Good night.